The most important thing for a remake is not to be a step-by-step copy of the original. And Resident Evil 4 Remake has done tons of changes that makes the game even better. But here are 5 gameplay changes that literally change everything the way you played the original. In the original, you played as Ashley trying to get to Leon, and you had to deal with these armored statues coming at you. It was mostly trying to get away from them. In the remake, however, Ashley has these blue lanterns to stop them right there. And not only that, the game added a few simple puzzles that made you deal with even more armored statues. But it wasn't limited to only Ashley, because this time around Leon can even fight those armored statues. And you even fight a golden armored statue as a mini boss in the same area where Ashley once was. It comes out as a side quest in the game to complete, which is just hilarious, and you do it anyway. In the original, Luis died in the castle, and much later you would use the minecart to go to Salazar. In the minecart, you would have to fight these ganados who would keep on jumping on your cart over and over again, and the cart will then eventually crash. But in the remake, Luis does not die, at least not in that particular moment, and instead goes along with you to find Ashley. And you and Luis sit in this one minecart and then fight other ganados who are sitting in their own minecarts. This can literally turn out to be an arcade game. It becomes a full-on roller coaster ride with you adjusting the cart when it turns and shooting other ganados, unlike the original, which could become a bit frustrating. The Salazar Statue section happens right before the Salazar boss fight. In the original, you would jump across platforms using the hands of the statues to raise the bridge, and then you would have to run away from the statue, which is running towards you. Even to this day, I find that hilarious that thing happens. In the remake, the statue of Salazar is deadlier in some ways because it emits fire from its mouth. So you need to time it in order to move across. Not only that, the game mixed it with the spiral staircase moment that happened after you ran away from Salazar's statue in the original. That portion is mostly the same with a few additions here and there, but I'm happy that statue running towards you moment does not happen, because this is much more of a serious one. That one was a mix of everything. In the original, Salazar turns into this crazy monster with 2 tentacle-like hands and a mouth that opens with Salazar's body inside. Most of the time you would dodge his hands while the mouth opened at one point, and you would shoot at it as much as you could. However, the remake changed everything about the boss fight. Salazar is able to move around really quickly with the same design of a beak-type face with Salazar's body inside. Not only he moves fast, but he throws acid at you. Now you have to move around a lot as much as you can, or you can also stand behind a pillar to save yourself from these acid attacks. But the rule still stays the same: focus on the body of Salazar as much as you can. It was a big change and very surprising to me because it was welcoming, it was very new, and it was very fun. The Krauser fight in the original is very well known, where the whole moment was a quick time event until Ada separates the two. You would then have a proper boss battle later on the top of a tower with explosive attached to the tower. But in the remake, things are different. The first time you meet Krauser, it does start off with a cutscene, but then it turns into a knife versus knife gameplay, where you have to parry his attacks, evade his kicks, and then also knife Krauser until Luis shoots to separate you both. Later on, you do have a boss fight very similar to the original. However, the final form of Krauser is a little bit different and is done in a different location as well. Again, you have to use parry and evade, but at the same time run away from this really strong attack that he does from the top. They brought a uniqueness to the boss fight while keeping most of it the same. It actually ended in a good note because Krauser was happy that he taught something good to Leon. Moments like these actually made this remake a lot better in terms of story and relationship. And this is not the only story change that happened in the remake, because there are 15 more that you can check it out right now by clicking this video.